and welcome to this Business Central Launch Edition session on the new Admin Center MCP server. My name is Joost. I'm the product owner for the Admin Center, and I'm presenting today with my colleague.
Hello, my name is Yuri. I'm a software engineer, and I work on admin functionality in Business Central.
The Admin Center MCP server lets you interact with the Admin Center API using natural language, just like other MCP servers. Yuri, can you show us how to set this up?
Yes, sure. So let me do that. All right, so let's focus on the demo part. I'm going to manage Business Central environments using natural language in VS Code via admin MCP service. And it's nice that I can set it up smoothly here in VS Code because we're using standard enter authentication. In fact, we're using the same authentication as we already do use for admin API that we have. And let me just demo how to set it up locally. So I have VS Code here. If I go to configuration tools, and then if I click onto a button to add MCP server, I pick HTTP MCP server. I put the URL for our admin MCP that we have, give it some name, and maybe pick global environment. And then there's a window notifying that it needs to authenticate. I pick the user that I want to use and just click continue. And after that, the MCP server will run and it will discover all the tools that are available. I think, yeah, that's how we set it up.
Right. So now that we're connected to the MCP server, can we see what environments we have in our tenant and what updates they have pending?
Yes, sure. So I go to AI chat and ask it in natural language if I can see a list of my Business Central environments. So we can see that the agent is using the tool, and then I have all my 4 environments available for me.
So just using a natural language question, the MCP server figures out what tools to use, what API endpoints to call to give you an answer to your question. I can see there that there's an update that failed recently. Can we figure out why that happens? Can the MCP server help with that?
Yes, sure. So I have a Sandbox Demo 2 environment where I know I was running the upgrade and it was failing. So let me just ask agent if we were seeing upgrades and failures. So agent will naturally discover which tool it needs to call, and then query for upgrades and present me the results. And yep, we have a latest failed upgrade operation, which was created basically yesterday, and it failed. Yep. And it also tells me that failure message indicates that it failed in data upgrade because of some logic in AL that was failing essentially.
All right, so can the MCP server figure out where in the extension things are actually going wrong? What is causing this update to fail?
Yeah, of course. So in our case, we were creating this per tenant extension, and we made it fail on purpose so we could demo. And therefore, we have source codes here available, and then maybe we can ask agent to investigate in the source code what was causing the failure, and maybe if there is a way to mitigate. Let me just ask agent about that.
So we can see here that it's analyzing the source code of the PTE because it's open in your VS Code environment. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. Because it's available here locally, it discovers it automatically, and then it analyzes the source code. All right, after some analysis that it did, we can see that it is isolated the fault, and actually it has found exact place in the source code that we're using to fail, and it says there is a direct blocker and the reason and everything else. So the practical fix, it said, is to clear fail upgrade. So and it also told me that if you cannot get back into the source code, then you can uninstall or replace this PTE before you try and upgrade.
So the MCP server here correctly identified that we have a PTE that we installed for this demo to make sure that the update fails. Can we ask it what it would do about that beyond fixing the extension?
Yeah, of course. So actually, we can ask to uninstall the extension. If we really need to upgrade and we don't care about this third-party PTE, then we can ask it to uninstall, right? So maybe let's do that and see how it works.
Yep.
So I'm asking this question. Let's see. So agent told me that there is no such tool in the MCP server to uninstall the extension because we intentionally are not introducing breaking changes during preview. And then it proposed if I could go and uninstall it manually. So maybe we could do that, and then I could ask the agent to check that the extension is really uninstalled and schedule the upgrade.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
So this is my tenant admin center, and this is Sandbox Demo 2 environment that we had. And I can actually go to apps here, go to per tenant extension, and then I can see that this is the PTE that was failing, and I can just uninstall it. I don't need the data, and yeah, I'm uninstalling it. So now, when I have uninstalled the PTE, I can actually ask agent to verify that it's really gone from my environment, and I can ask it to schedule upgrade. Let's do that. So it's going to poll the apps for this environment until it finds out that the PTE is gone, and after that, it can schedule the upgrade.
So this is polling for the operation to complete, and once it sees that the app has been uninstalled, it will automatically and immediately schedule the update?
I think so, yes.
Cool.
Actually, I can give it a hint. Please check installed apps on Sandbox. So it should check the extensions for this environment and then upgrade. So we discovered that uninstall operation has completed successfully, and now it will schedule the upgrade. If we go to Tenant Admin Center and we go to our environment that we were trying to forcefully upgrade, we can see that next update is actually scheduled to current date, and it will run as soon as possible. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yep, so you can connect to the MCP server at this URL, as you just showed in VS Code. But of course, you can use any client that supports MCP servers, including Microsoft Copilot Studio, to connect to the new MCP server for the admin center. During the public preview, there are already a few scenarios where the MCP server can be really useful in managing your environments. As Yuri just showed, the MCP server is really good at analyzing failed updates, especially if the source code of any extensions that might cause updates to fail is available in the same context. You can also use it to poll. So for example, if you are wanting to test the update on a production environment, you can ask the MCP server to copy that environment, wait for that copy operation to complete, and once it completes, immediately run the update on the environment. And finally, the MCP server can also help you manage what extensions are installed on your environments, their dependencies, and their updates. There's a few things that are good to know as you get started with this. For now, this is in public preview. So we're still actively working on this, and we have some ideas on how to improve it in the future. But we're now at the point where we believe it delivers value, and we would like to hear from you as you start using this. During the public preview, there's a few API endpoints that are available in the Admin Center API, but that are not known to the MCP server. So right now, you can't use the MCP server to manage the security group settings on your environment. You cannot execute potentially destructive operations like deleting and renaming environments or uninstalling apps. And also the settings related to linked Power Platform environments are not available yet. This concludes our session on the Business Central Admin Center MCP server as part of the Business Central Launch Edition. We're very eager to hear from you as you start using this. What do you think? How are you using it? Give us feedback on what's working, what's not working. Share ideas on how this could be better. And please engage with us on the new community on Viva Engage. Yuri, myself, and other engineers that work on this functionality are very active there. And look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Thank you.